Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dom's Daily Sports. I'm your host, Dom, and before we get into this video, please do me a solid and go down below and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another juicy video that we come out with in the future. In today's video, I have a very special guest. He's my older brother. His name is Robert Stearns, but he goes by @TheFitWizardRobert on Instagram. He is a personal trainer here in Las Vegas. How are you doing today, Robert?
I'm doing dynamite, man. I'm ready to talk some sports.
Same here, man. If you guys haven't, please go to Instagram, give him a follow. I greatly appreciate that. And let's get right into this. In the first game, we had the Buffalo Bills getting taken down by the Houston Texans 22-19 in the quarter. In this game, the Bills had the game. The whole first half, it was all the Bills. Everybody thought that the Texans had no chance with the Bills being up 16-0 in the third quarter. But in the second half, the Texans were able to prove everybody wrong, and especially Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was able to get it done both in the air and in the rushing game. In the air, he was able to throw for 247 yards and a touchdown, and he was also able to get it down on the ground with 55 yards and a touchdown. Now, with Josh Allen, he definitely did struggle a little bit. In the beginning, it looked like he was going to have a good game, getting a receiving touchdown from John Brown. It was basically Buffalo, kind of like the Philly, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of an awesome play, but in the end, Josh Allen definitely struggled. The offense couldn't stay in a rhythm, and Buffalo basically beat themselves. They had the game, and that's just what happens. What are your thoughts on this game, Robert?
I really just think the same thing, man. I think, we watched Josh Allen prove that he's still young. He's got a lot of work to do. That second half, he really folded, but we also saw the resilience of the Texans and seeing Deshaun Watson really take that next step. It was a great game. Great win for the Houston Texans.
I totally agree with that. The thing about Josh Allen is he's definitely young. He struggled a little bit in this game. But in that draft class, I think he was probably the best quarterback in that draft class. I think he has a lot of improvement to do, but I think next year he'll definitely show some signs of improvement. So moving on to the next game, let's go to the Vikings versus the Saints, with the Vikings taking down the Saints in an upset, with the Vikings winning 26-20 in overtime. In this game, it was basically too little, too late for the New Orleans Saints. Saints, the whole time, were down towards the Vikings. In this game, Kirk Cousins was able to do one thing, and that was prove that he can be successful in primetime moments. In the past, Kirk Cousins has been 0-8 on Monday Night Football. A lot of people criticize his primetime moments, but in this game, he was really able to show that he can get it done in these moments, with him throwing for 242 yards and a touchdown, while Drew Brees struggled a little bit on the other end, only throwing for 208 yards, one touchdown, and one interception. What are your thoughts on this game, Robert?
We really missed one big part of this game, and that was the Vikings defense, man. You watch the Vikings defense come out and really shut the Saints down in the first half. That was the key to the game. That was the key to keeping the Vikings in it until they could really get the ball rolling. You saw Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen really light up that Saints defense. Dalvin Cook rushed for 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Adam Thielen had 129 yards through the air. Great game for the Vikings.
I totally agree. In this game, I think the X factor was definitely Kirk Cousins. Like I said, he was able to get it done in primetime moment, so kudos to Kirk Cousins. And one thing in this game that was a huge story was Kyle Rudolph's pass interference in overtime that was not called. In my opinion, I think Saints fans need to get over it. I agree, it should have been pass interference, but you guys, we've already been through this last year with you guys in the Rams. I think they just need to get over it. It happens to every team. You're not the only team who's been screwed by pass interference. So hopefully the Saints can do better next year, and they can get it done in the playoffs next year. So moving on to the next game, let's go to Seahawks versus the Eagles. Now in this game, in my opinion, it was a very boring game. In this game, Russell Wilson, on the box score, it looked like he had a good game. He threw for 325 yards and a touchdown, along with 45 rushing yards. But in my opinion, I don't think he had a really good game. The offense was so inconsistent, they just could not put points on the board. Only putting up 17 against that Eagles defense is just not good, and I just don't think that they came to play that day. I think if it weren't for Carson Wentz getting injured, I think the Eagles definitely would have won that game. So I think for sure the X factor was Carson Wentz getting injured. If he was there, I think Philadelphia would have advanced to the next round. What are your thoughts on this game, Robert?
I'm with you 100%. Carson Wentz getting hurt, X factor in the game. I also love DK Metcalf. Let's not forget that young receiver really came to play. He got it done. And if you see the Seahawks throw the ball well, they're going to be successful. That's the main thing that I take away from this game. If they can't, their run game has been poor, and if that run game doesn't pick it up soon, they're really going to struggle.
Yeah, it was pretty insane the day that DK Metcalf had. He had 160 yards and a touchdown for a rookie, which is insane, which is really awesome, and he's only going to go up from here. He's going to have a bright career in the future. So moving on to the next game, I'm actually going to hand this over to Robert. We're going to be talking about the Titans and the Patriots. Here we go.
All right, taking it away, we got the Patriots versus the Titans. Man, I called this game the whole time. We had the Titans coming through in the clutch. That Titans defense is physical. They came to play. They made it tough for Tom Brady to get the ball off clean. They were in his face. There was just a lot of things I really liked from that Titans defense. Also, I loved Derrick Henry getting 182 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. He came to play today. That day. I loved his ability to find the open hole, be patient, and then burst through. And you saw his explosiveness when he came through the line. It was something to see. Tannehill played a decent game. He didn't have to throw much, did he? He only threw the ball 15 times, but he did complete 8 passes for 72 yards. He did throw a touchdown, but he also had 1 turnover. The only other thing I can really think to say about this game is Tom Brady. We saw a different side of Tom Brady. We saw him under pressure. We didn't see the poise that we're used to seeing from one of the best, if not the best quarterback to play in our league. Is this the end of the Patriots dynasty? Who knows? But this could be getting close. We'll see.
I totally agree with that. I think this is the one game, in my opinion, I think the Patriots dynasty is over. I think this is the last game that Tom Brady's going to play in the playoffs, home or away, it doesn't matter. I think Tom Brady's going to move on. I think he's either going to retire or he's going to go to a new team. I think the Patriots, this is their last year. You're going to be seeing them in the playoffs for a little while. I did get this prediction wrong. I'm stunned. I can't believe the Titans went to Gillette Stadium and knocked off the Patriots. I knew the Titans had the weapons to do it, and I knew they looked good enough that they could. But who would have guessed that in Gillette Stadium that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady would get upset in the wild card? I mean, they've never played in the wild card. They've always had a bye week. So to see this happen, in my opinion, it makes me pretty happy. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I have a lot of hatred towards the Patriots. They've been killing us year in and year out. So it kind of makes me a little bit happy to see the dynasty over. I think this will be the last time that we see the great Tom Brady in the playoffs. I think it will be taken over by the new era with Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, etc., etc.
I have something to add actually on that game, real quick. Mike Vrabel. Let's give kudos to that guy. You saw him coming from the Belichick coaching tree. And also being a former Patriot and Super Bowl champion, he is an excellent coach. We saw a man really able to manage that game under pressure in the playoffs and not get ahead of himself, and he really called a great game. Good job by Mike Vrabel.
I totally agree with that, and I think it's pretty obvious who the X factor of this game was. It was obviously Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry killed it.
Absolutely.
He's going to be a top 5 running back in the NFL. Since that game he had against the Jaguars 2 years ago when they finally got rid of DeMarco Murray and he had that huge game, he has shown everybody that he has a skill set to be a top 5 running back in the league with 182 yards and a touchdown in a playoff game. So with that being said, that will be the end of this video. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below if you guys have any suggestions of what you think we should do to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. Robert, you have any last words?
Nope, nothing really. I just want to say thank you for having me on, buddy, and I'll be on more for sure. And yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe, and thank you very much.
And don't forget, catch Robert on the UFC cards. He'll be talking about the next card with Conor McGregor and Donald Cerrone headlining it. So don't forget to tune into that. Hope you guys enjoyed it and have a great day.